You brushed my hair back with a sigh. Didn't say it, but your eyes said goodbye. I felt the chill before the door, even though you stood just like before. I memorized your breathing pace, the sadness carved into your face. You smiled like someone faking peace, a love that begged to be released. Your hand slipped slowly out of mine. No thunderstorm, no warning sign, just a hush between two hearts that used to beat in perfect parts. I reached for something in the air, but you were never really there. Just shadows draped in quiet light, a morning fleeing from the night. I begged for words to make you stay, but silence stood in both our way. And all the dreams we used to build were hollow frames we left unfilled. Before you let me go, could you at least look back at all the nights I held your world while I was breaking cracked? Before you walk into the dusk, could you remember when you said you'd never leave me? And I believed you then. You don't have to love me, but tell me I mattered so. Before you turn to someone else, please don't just let me go. I don't need a reason, I just need a truth. Was I ever home to you? You don't need to cry, just don't pretend that this goodbye was always planned. Final, before you let me go, before you leave me cold, please give me more than silence, more than growing old. In memories that bleed from places we once knew. Before you let me go, let me say goodbye to you. Before you let me go, before you leave me cold, please give me more than silence, more than growing old. In memories that bleed from places we once knew. Before you let me. We were fire in the beginning, too bright to ever last. Every kiss a burning promise that was written far too fast. You told me I was everything, the breath between your days. But words were made of paper, and time set them ablaze. I gave you all the rooms in me, you filled them for a while. But then you walked with quiet steps and left them without trial. No fight fights, no tears, no final blow, just absence in your name. And now I wander empty halls, haunted by what we became. This is what we became, a song without a sound, a garden choked by silence where nothing can be found. You used to see me fully, now you don't even look. We're pages that don't turn in a once beloved book. No reason, no great shame, just heartbreak in disguise. This is what we became, a love that slowly dies. You don't have to hate me, but don't pretend you care. If you're already gone, then don't leave me hanging there. This is what we became, a shadow of the start, the ash of all the fire still clinging to my heart. You moved like it meant nothing, but I still wear your name, buried in my silence. This is what we became. This is what we became, a shadow of the start, the ash of all the fire still clinging to my heart. You moved like it meant nothing, but I still wear your name, buried in my silence. This is what we became. You left without a warning, like the end was overdue. But I kept waiting by the window for a glimpse of any truth. I found your coffee cup still warm, your echo in the hall, but every word you didn't say became the loudest fall. Picked up every photograph, each smile a sharper knife. You were there in every angle of the life I called my life. But something in your laughter now feels rehearsed and fake, as if you knew while smiling you were planning your escape. I would have fought to keep us, but I never knew the war, until I found your absence like pieces on the floor. These are the pieces on the floor of the love I couldn't save, the notes, the keys, the questions, the letters that you gave. I gather them like treasure that time can't hold no more. All I have of you now are pieces on the floor. held me like a photograph that you knew would blur with time. Not tightly, not forever, but just long enough to rhyme with your needs and fleeting comfort. I was sheltered from the storm, but storms don't stay for sunshine, and you never stayed for warmth. You spoke of love like fiction, something pretty, never true. I memorized your chapters, but you skipped your lines with me too. Now your pages in the puddles, running ink I can't contain. You were here and then you vanished, like a song that fades in rain. You fade like rain on window glass, soft and cold and gone too fast. You never made a sound so loud as when you left without a past. I reach for echoes in the gray, but you dissolve and slip away. You never meant to leave a stain, but you still fade like rain. Was I ever someone real to you, or just shelter from the pain? Now I walk beneath the sky and cry the part of your refrain. Final, you fade like rain through open palms, beautiful and fleeting calm, but nothing that the world can hold, nothing warm and nothing strong. You kiss me like a passing storm. Now I stand here not the same. You were never mine forever, just someone meant to fade like rain. You fade like rain through open palms, beautiful and fleeting calm, but nothing that the world can hold, nothing warm and nothing strong. You kiss me like a passing storm. Now I stand here not the same. You were never mine for.
I hear your voice beneath the silence, calling from a place so far. A haunting melody that lingers, like whispers through a shattered heart. You left behind a trail of shadows, memories that never heal. I chase the echoes in the dark, but nothing ever feels real.
Your touch was like a fading star that burned too bright then slipped away. I hold on to fragments of us, but they dissolve with every day. The nights are colder now without you. The dawn feels distant and stark. I'm lost inside the quiet, where echo meets the dark. Echoes in the dark are all I have of you. A broken lullaby that never lets me through. I reach for something real, but all I find is pain. Forever trapped inside the sound. Echoes in the dark remain. If love was just a ghost to you, why do I feel so haunted too? Your silence speaks in waves so cruel. It drowns the light, it breaks the rules. Final echoes in the dark, a love that slipped away, a shadow that still calls my name at the end of every day. I'll keep chasing what we lost, though it tears me apart. Forever and always bound to echoes in the dark. Echoes in the dark, a love that slipped away, a shadow that still calls my name at the end of every day. I'll keep chasing what we lost, though it tears me apart. Forever and always bound to echoes in the dark.
I waited by the old cafe where you promised you would stay, but time kept stealing moments and you kept drifting away. Your eyes no longer found me, your hands let go so slow, and I was left with trembling hopes, too late to hold, too late to show. We built a fragile castle on promises and sand, but storms came crashing over, too fierce to understand. You turned into a stranger I could never comprehend. A love that once was endless, now nearing its cold end. It's too late to hold your hand, too late to make you see that I was always standing here, waiting endlessly. The words I never said to you are buried in the cold. I loved you in the silence, too late to hold. If only I could turn back time to the moments when you smiled, I'd fight to keep you close again, but now I walk alone, beguiled. It's too late to touch your heart, too late to change your mind, but still I linger in the past where love was so unkind. I whisper in the emptiness, hoping you'll recall that once upon a lifetime it was not too late at all. We spoke in broken sentences, words that never found their place. You held my heart in shattered hands and vanished without a trace. The vows we carved in tender dreams were fragile as the dawn, and all the love we swore to keep was fractured and withdrawn. I built a world on promises that crumbled in your wake. You left me with the ruins and all the pieces ache. I try to put them back again, but none will ever fit, because the cracks have grown so wide and I don't know how to quit. Fractured promises like glass beneath my feet. I walk on broken memories of love I couldn't keep. You whispered forever, but your forever broke apart, leaving me with fractured promises and a shattered heart. Could you see the damage done, or were you just too blind to all the hopes and dreams we lost and left far behind? Fractured promises that haunt my every night. A love that broke in silence without a single fight. Forever mine to keep, forever mine to keep.
I never knew how heavy a goodbye could really be, until you turned your back on me and walked away so free. The silence filled the empty space where your laughter used to live, and all I had were memories too broken to forgive. I carried every word you left like stones inside my chest, each one a heavy burden that stole away my rest. I wanted just one moment to tell you how I feel, but the weight of goodbye crushed me and made the wound too real. The weight of goodbye is heavier than pain. can't set free. The weight of goodbye is all that's left of me. If love is just a fading light, then why does it still burn? And every tear I shed for you, in every sad return, the weight of goodbye is a burden I can't bear, a shadow in the daylight that's always lurking there. I carry you in silence, though you're so far away. The weight of goodbye will never fade away. The weight of goodbye is a burden I can't bear, a shadow in the daylight that's always lurking there. I carry you in silence, though you're so far away. The weight of goodbye will never fade away. You spoke with hollow words that never meant a thing. Promises like paper birds that never learned to sing. I listened to the empty sound of love that slipped away, a language made of broken vows that faded day by day. Your eyes told different stories than what your lips would say, a script rehearsed with no real heart that slowly drifted gray. I held on to the silence that lived behind your smile, but hollow words became the walls that kept us all the while. Hollow words, they cut so deep like knives inside my soul. A love that's lost its meaning and never will be whole. I cried for what was never true, for dreams that never stirred, forever bound by hollow words. If you never meant to stay, then why did you pretend that love was more than just a game that never had an end? Hollow words like falling leaves drifting far away, they haunt me in the quiet night and never let me stay. I'm broken by the silence of everything unheard, forever lost to hollow words. When the lights fade and the world goes quiet, I'm left alone with all my fears. The memories come
to turn to tears. You used to be my shining star, the fire that warmed my soul. But now you're just a fading spark that darkness claims to hold.
I reach into the empty space where you once held my hand, but all I find are shadows there and footprints in the sand. You left before the morning broke, before the dawn could shine, and I am lost in endless night without your light to find. When the lights fade and I'm alone, I hear the echoes of your song. A love that flickered, burned so bright, but couldn't last the night so long. I'm standing in the silence now, where love and pain collide. When the lights fade, I'm left to drown in the tears I try to hide. If only you had stayed for me, just one more moment, one more day. Maybe then the lights would shine and chase the dark away. When the lights fade, all that